Hello everyone. The recording of this video has failed twice now. We are not going to let the enemy win. We are going to get this video out there no matter what. Nothing is going to stop me from sharing the word. So we are in Luke chapter 6 verse 1 through 11. And no, I'm not going to be reading every single verse. I'm going to be reading my notes. I just wanted that to be put out there, so if something sounds a little different, it's because it's in my language, not the translation that I'm reading from. And I do urge you to go ahead and read it all for yourself, just in case I do mess something up. I am human and I am prone to mistake, and I am not a scholar. I am simply an average person who runs a YouTube channel, and who wants to spread the word because I love people, and this is the best news there is in the entire world, so why not share it? All right, so it starts out with the Pharisees trying to test Jesus like they so often did, trying to trap Jesus like they so often did. This is the Pharisee speaking when I start out. "Why are you doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath?" The Pharisees intended to trap Jesus with this question. Jesus then goes and responds with an example of what David did on the Sabbath day, when David went into the synagogue and ate bread that was only intended for the priest to eat. He also shared it amongst some other people. The Pharisees were silenced by this because they highly respected King David. And then they were definitely stunned by Jesus' next response being, "The Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath." Jesus holds all authority of the day that he himself put aside for rest. He holds all authority because the Sabbath is the Sabbath because of him. And we know that from Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 through 3. "And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had done, and rested on the Sabbath day from all his work which he had done. Then God rested the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made." So, okay, you say God. Maybe this is God the Father, maybe not God the Son. But let's just go ahead and look at John chapter 1, verse 2 through 3 to kind of clarify that Jesus was in fact there. "He was with God in the beginning. All things were created through him, and apart from him not one thing was created that has been created." That being Jesus. You can go read for yourself and just clarify it for yourself if you want to. But I promise I am not lying about this, and it is true. And this is who the Pharisees are trying to trap. The man who created all things, and through him and apart from him nothing has been created. This is the man, so ironically, they are arguing with. That is just so powerful to think about. The Pharisees are standing here in front of God, speaking about, is healing against the law unlawful on the Sabbath day? Like, come on now. All right. And later on another Sabbath day, in the synagogue, Jesus entered and began to teach. Now there was a man there whose right hand was shriveled. The scribes and the Pharisees, of course, watched Jesus intently. They were locked in on him. They were watching every single move, every single word that came out of that man's mouth. They were watching, seeing if he'd heal this man on the Sabbath, for they wanted to find a charge on him. But Jesus, being the Son of God, perceived their thoughts, much like when he perceived the Pharisees' intent in Luke 20 through 25, when Jesus was forced or was faced with the question that seemingly had no correct response. And many of you will know what I'm speaking of. When the Pharisees ask him, "Is it lawful for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" Yes or not, no was not the right question, because either way, if he said yes, wrong response. If he said no, wrong response. Just read that for yourselves. Maybe I'll touch on that in a later video. But it's important to just know that Jesus multiple times perceived their intent and perceived their thoughts, because he's God. I can't explain that. It's Jesus. It's God. It's God, the Holy, the creator of the universe should be able to read the thoughts of his creation. But anyways, Jesus told the man with the shriveled hand to get up and stand here. Jesus then asked the Pharisees, "I ask you, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath or to do evil, to save life or destroy it?" He looked up at them for a moment, then told the man to reveal his hand, and it was restored. Let's go back. I believe Jesus is asking out of annoyance that question, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath or to do evil? I believe he's asking like this, like, okay then, if I can't do good on the Sabbath, what is acceptable to y'all? Evil? If they are not allowing him to do good, what do they want him to do? Do evil on the Sabbath day? I don't know. Well, and when the Pharisees seen the man healed, they were filled with rage and discussed what they might do to Jesus. I want to refer back to John 15:20. "Remember the word I spoke to you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you." We've seen that Jesus was doing great things, teaching, healing, raising the dead to life, and he was persecuted. He assures us we too will be persecuted when we do good things through the Spirit. But I encourage you to stay strong in your faith. I love you guys, and I hope y'all have a great day, night, morning, afternoon. And I hope that y'all get in the Word for yourselves, study, pray, just continue running your race. Have a blessed one.